Today, we are diving into the world of Japanese superstitions. Have you ever realized that the Japanese never stick their chopsticks in their rice? Well, the reason might surprise you. Today, we are looking at some of the superstitions that exist in Japan. Let's get started. Cutting your nails at night means you won't see your parents before they die. Yes, this does exist. I've heard of this too. My parents have told me this. The reason is, in the Edo period, back old days of Japan, they had bad lighting. So when they cut their nails at night, that became a little bit dangerous, right? They might cut their finger too, and that might lead to infection and maybe even death. So cutting your nails at night means poor quality lighting, and that lead to danger. That's why it's kind of connected to death. And also, there's a different reason of your nail is a part of your body that has been given from your parents. It's an important part of your body that has been received by your parents, and doing something like cutting them at night means that you're not treating them with care. That kind of means that you're not respecting your parents, meaning that you won't be able to see them before they die. That's where it came from. Next up, whistling at night summons snakes or ghosts. Yes, I've heard of this too. This exists. So the origin of this is that back in the old days, thieves, they say that they used to whistle at night to sort of send secret signals, I guess, to their teammates or something. So that's why that's kind of related to bad luck, things of that nature. It's also believed that it's kind of related to attracting supernatural beings when you whistle at night. Overall, Japanese people have that sort of image, so people tend to not do it. Yeah, by the way, America has them too, right? For example, like knocking on wood or lucky pennies. But in Japan, most of these superstitions are related to bad luck, so get ready. Next up, doing laundry at night is bad luck. Yes, I've heard of this too. It's thought of as bringing misfortune when you do it at night. So this comes from a tradition that the clothes for the dead was only washed at night. That's why people don't do it. But I think nowadays, I don't think they care that much about this. People do it at night. I do it all the time. I am more worried about my neighbors telling me something that is too loud rather than being haunted by a ghost. All right, next up, sleeping with your head facing north is bad luck. Yes, I kind of heard of this too. This comes from when the Buddha passed away, he laid with his head facing north. And from that, when people die, they lay their bodies facing the head facing north so that they would know which direction the Buddha is. That's why when you sleep with your head facing north, that's kind of related to death. However, there's another angle of belief. It's a word called husui. So husui it's a Japanese version of a Chinese feng shui is what it's called, but Japan sort of rearranged it in its own style to fit their style. So what it is it's all about creating a living environment that resonates with nature and enhances well-being. It's kind of more of a spiritual kind of thing. So in the world of husui, sleeping with your head facing north brings you actually health and good fortune. So this head north thing has two sides. It really depends on which side of the world you believe in. But I personally have never cared about this. I don't even know which side I'm facing in bed. I feel like more than half of the people that I know don't really care which side they sleep in. But if you look at it from the other side, a little less than half care about it, so. Right, next up, sticking chopsticks upright into rice is a big no-no. This is the one that I talk about in the intro. You would never get a chopstick and a bowl of rice and you would stick it on top like this. So this is what you do when somebody passes away. We lay them and they have a pillow, right? Their head is on the top of the pillow. We would put the bowl of rice with the chopstick completely vertical, sticking to the rice. We would place it right next to their pillow so that the deceased will know which direction to go after they've passed away. So doing that in restaurants would be a big no-no. That's a big taboo. Everybody in Japan knows this. It's bad manners, so do not do it. A lot of foreigners that come into Japan, I see them sort of doing it. It's not completely vertical, but like sometimes it's a little bit angled. I see that with them sometimes, but don't do that too. It's not completely the same rule as what we just said, but it's still kind of, you'd have like a hint of that when you do it, so just avoid from that. Use your chopsticks holder. It's gonna be there, so don't stick it in rice. Don't do that. Next up, passing food from chopsticks to chopsticks is bad luck. Yes, do not do this. This is just as taboo as vertical chopsticks on rice. Never do this in Japan. Let's say you have a chopstick, you pick up your karage, and then you want to to pass it on to a friend, never go directly from chopstick to chopsticks. Put it down on the plate and then have your friend pick it up. Don't go directly. So the reason why is it's one of the process of the cremation ceremony. When somebody passes away in Japan, they would burn the body, and what you have is the bones, the only thing that's left after it's burned. And family members would come and they would use a special chopsticks to pick up the bone, and then they would pass it on to somebody else, and then they would put it in a container. They would do that for the bones, and that's the whole ceremony. So the reason why we do this is in Buddhism, when we die, we cross a river, and that river is a separation between life and death. So in order to cross that river, we need a bridge. In Japanese, chopsticks and bridge is both pronounced hashi. So that's why chopsticks is kind of a representation of a bridge. So we do not want to sort of go bridge to bridge. That means crossing life to death. So do not do that, guys. There's a lot of manners in food, a lot of manners in how you use your chopstick, but this one and the last one is the most important one. Do not do it. Next up, if you lie down right after you eat, you'll turn into a cow. Okay. I don't know if I've ever heard of this one. Is this popular? So we have a staff member that has been told like this. So it says that the reason is cows are lazy and slow moving, and when you lay down after you eat, it slows digestion, right? And you're gonna gain a lot of weight, so you'll be slow and lazy like the cows. Kind of surprised they didn't go for pigs though. I feel like pigs are fatter. Next up, if a crow caws, someone will die. Okay, I've kind of heard of this one. Crows are heavily related to misfortune, kind of an omen of death, if you will. The reason why this exists is when there's dead animals come to the bodies and then they would eat. And also when there's battlefield, people die. Crows would also come and eat their flesh. So that's why the crows are kind of related to death. Next up, if cat washes its face, it will rain. I have never heard of this one. Have you? Okay, the staff has. When the cat grooms its face, it is said to mean the rain is coming. Reason being, cats are sensitive to humidity changes and moisture levels. When the moisture level rises before rain, cats tend to groom more. So people begin to link it with weather changes. That's interesting. Never realized that. Let me take a closer look at the cats when it's rainy season. Writing one's name in red ink is bad luck. Kind of heard of this one. In Japan, writing people's names in red ink is bad luck because red ink is used on gravestones and death registries. So writing people's names in red ink kind of suggests death. Next up, if you hiccup 100 times, you will die. Okay, interesting. I think you should see a doctor for this one. If you hiccup 100 times, I don't think it's a matter of superstitions anymore. I think you should run to the hospital, get yourself checked out, because you probably will die. I don't think it's a superstition. You got some fucking problems. There's not really necessarily like a clear reason and origin as to why this is there, but it's just there. However, if you look in the Guinness Book of World Record, in 1922 has continued his hiccup for 60 years, ultimately leading up to 430 million times of hiccups. So that's there, and he was okay. So 100 times is nothing, according to the world record. 430 million times, man, that's a lot. Next up, if thunder roars, hide your belly button. Okay, this is a common thing that the parents sort of says to their kids. It's said that the origin of this is because when thunder strikes, the temperature quickly lowers, so to keep your body warm, to not lower your body temperature is what they say. Another reason is an old folk tale was existent where when thunder strikes, the thunder god would come and steal your belly button. So that's why you have to hide it, to protect your belly button. So those two, the possible reasons why this exists. Next up, if the stem of a tea leaf stands upright in your teacup, it is good luck. Yes, I've heard of this before. I think this is very popular. I've wished that it happened to me. I wanted it to happen. I tried it several times, but it never did. Right, it's really rare for this to happen. It's thought of as good luck, probably because it's really, really rare for this to happen. This might happen to you. It is possible. If it does happen, you're in good luck. Next up, if you play with fire, you will wet the bed. This is another one that parents often use to teach their kids not to play with fire. Maybe it's not like a superstition. It's more of like a way to like teach your kids not to play with fire. Yeah, it's a great combination, you know, what the kids most want to do and versus what the kids most do not want to have happen. So yeah, I mean, great saying. Next up, seeing a black cat means bad luck. I think many of you noticed because this one comes from Europe. It is from the Western culture, so right, in America, this exists as well. It means bad luck. But I love seeing cats on the street. They're adorable. There's many cats in Japan out there in the streets. I pet them all the time. They're adorable. I would love to see a black cat right in front of me. Even if it brings me bad luck, I would go for that instant pleasure. Yes. If you sneeze, someone is talking about you. Now this is an interesting one. The number of times you sneeze means different things. So if you sneeze once, it means someone is talking about good things about you. If you sneeze twice, someone is talking bad about you. If you sneeze 3 times, someone is in love with you. If you sneeze 4 times, you are going to catch a cold. Interesting. So you'd want to go for that odd numbers, okay? 1 or 3. That's what you have to go for. Don't end 2 or 4. Next up, wearing red underwear brings good luck. Yes, I've heard this too. I've always thought it was a really weird culture why they do this. I had a friend who wore a red underwear when they were about to propose to a girl that they had a crush on. He failed though. Also, when you turn 60 in Japan, so 60 is a really celebratory number when it comes to age in Japan, people sort of give red underwears to the elderly and he or she would wear it. I don't know why, but they do it. It exists. It's a culture in Japan. Next up, wearing new shoes at night is unlucky. Okay, yes, this is existent. I've heard of this. I've once avoided wearing new sneakers at night because of this. So in the past, Japan, it was rare to go out at night. Only on occasions where funerals happen. That's when they got out at night. And back then, the manner was to get your new shoes and then go to the funeral. So that's why getting out your new shoes at night is kind of associated with death, funeral, things of that nature. All right, last up. Sleeping with your socks on means you won't see your parents before they die. So the reason for this is there's a culture where you'd put a red socks onto the dead. That's why wearing socks at night is kind of related to death. However, I wear socks at night. A lot of people do. I love wearing socks at night. It's comfortable. I think I get better sleep from it, so I don't care about this. I'd go for my health and go for my sleep quality more than this superstition. So yeah, a lot of people do not care about this one though. All right, that is it for today, guys. Let me know what you thought on the comment section. Let me know some of your country's superstition, if it's any different from Japan or anywhere else in the world. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.